Hi, good morning, Pensioner Prepper here. Just about to eat my, well, it's not breakfast, it's like a brunch because I'm going to do a lot of work in the garden, so I decided to have a nice omelette. So like everybody else, I'm on this coronavirus thing, and to be honest, I'm using it to learn to use my preps, which you should do anyway, but to see what the deficiencies are in my preps. Nice cup of tea. But if it really gets bad, where am I going to get my tea bags? So I've got loads of coffee tins, Jointed coffee and things like that, but it will run out, so will the tea. So I suppose I'm going to have to get used to making my own beer or water or whatever. Things will run out. So I'll grab my breakfast. Bread. Put that on top of there because I don't want to get cold. Yeah, I was able to go around and buy some bread, and I've got dried yeast, I can make some bread, but that will run out. So with the flour. So what do I do there? Bit of a problem there, because I like bread, I don't know about you. So the dried yeast won't last forever. How about wild yeast? So I've been going onto the internet. There's somebody called Baker Jack or something like that. It's very good. They showed how to make sourdough, but to make wild yeast sourdough. Yeah, that is a problem that's solved. Yes, I can try to make sourdough, but it won't go out of ordinary white flour. You have to get some more organic flour. So how do I solve that? Well, I bought some organic flour, so a small pack. I'm going to try it out. So that won't last forever, whatever. So answer to that, from my mind, is get a flour mill, get the grain, get big barrels and that, fill it with grain, which should be cheap, just raw grain. Mill my own. That should last a lot longer. At a pinch, I could even grow some on. Grow my own wheat outside. Yeah, right. If I should live that long. But there again, as I say, a flour mill, big barrels, big plastic barrels, so the mice don't get at it. And I can at least ground my own wheat. I was thinking more of a hand grinder or something like that. So okay, because the thing is, if it's a lockdown situation, you have time. You can pot around in the garden, but there are other things you can do. The second thing is I've got a nice omelette here, very nice omelette, which are eggs. The humble egg. So what do I do about that? So my next thing is chickens. But you've got to feed them. So again, you've got to get a lot of grain. And obviously the mill to crunch it down for them and things like that. Corn. You can grow a lot of corn. If you've got a big enough field, you can grow a hell of a lot of corn. People who've got chickens will always want corn. So, eggs. The other thing was the shortfall was this stuff, milk. It's called mleko in Bulgaria. Should do that. Milk. I've got powdered milk, but like everything else, it'll run out. But the milk and the eggs are essential to go with the flour for cooking, so you need them. So how do I get away with that? I'm not going to keep a cow in the back garden. So I possibly might get a goat or something like that. The goat will help out with the weeds and things like that. But these are things which this coronavirus, which will go away at some point, and I don't know what it will cause, the devastation it will leave behind it, but it will go away at some point. All viruses and all plagues do at some point. Whether they come back or not, that's a different matter. So I'm using this opportunity to find my shortfalls in my preps. The big shortfall is not so much going out in the garden and growing beans, peas, apples, pears, whatever. You can preserve them, things like that. The big shortfall would be coming the little things, your eggs, your milk, your flour, and the next big fall is oil. If you run out of oil, you can't make pastry. can you? You can bake and things like that, but I don't know about you. I like a nice bit of pastry. Well, you can see that, but that is a shortfall, and those things have run out quite quickly in this crisis. So take the opportunity right now. Okay, you can't go out, but you can live on your preps and see where we're going wrong. Yes, I've got a lot of tin food. I've got a lot of dried beans and things like that. I've got the tomatoes in jars and things, all sorts of things like that. But it's little things which you take every day for granted. Eggs, milk, oil, butter or margarine and things like that. They're going to run out at some point in time, and the longer it lasts, you're stuck. Well, you have to adjust, all right? So that's the other thing is, if you're going to live on your veggies, your beans and things like that, spices, you need some sort of spices and flavourings and things like that. I grow sage in the garden, and so grow herbs so you can at least spice your food up, because to be honest, vegetable foods are pretty damn bland just on their own, you know. Oh, looking at that cat, that doesn't look meaty enough to make, but it might make a good stock. Well, yeah, buddy. And that's the last point. Animals. My cat, or my two cats, they kill mice and rats and things like that, but they need to feed as well. You can't leave them just to be feral cats eating whatever. They need to feed. These little buggers will eat some bread now and again, but that's really not good for them. So make sure you got some sort of animal feed for them. They say rabbits are a good source of protein, but they were in medieval times. So you can get big. I don't mean the little bunnies that you use. I mean big ones for eating. Chickens, yeah, you can eat them as well. But if you're going to get chickens for long-term prep, you've got to get a cockerel. Not a lot of people like cockerels around them, but you got to replenish your stock, because your egg-laying stock won't last forever. So you've got to be able to replenish your stock for chicks and things like that. So keep your eye out on the internet. Get as much advice you like. I might get a goat. I don't know. I don't know enough about keeping a goat. So I look on the internet. I've got a bit of land there, so not as much as some. Not mentioning any names. Preparedness, but oops. But you've got a lot of land. No problems with the goat, except goat rustling and things like that. Theft. That's the other thing. What are your security for if you really got a crisis like that? What is your security? Now in America, you see, I've got an AR-15, millions of rounds of ammunition. I can barter my shells and things. In the UK, I can see that happening, can't you? But in the UK, there's a lot of theft, isn't there? You've only got to look at how they're giving up and getting burglars and robbers and things like that. Hell, they're not even solving violent crimes in London either. They're killing each other. In a crisis situation, that's going to get a lot worse. Security. I don't have a gun. I have a pistol crossbow. I have what they call gas guns and things like that. I could do a measure of it. Well, I'm 69 this year. I can easily get overwhelmed. So there's a few thoughts. So pensioner prepper, wishing you all very well. And it's still chilly out here, so I've got my hat on. And you take care of yourself. But think about, use your preps, look at your shortfalls, and think, what can I do about it? Bye for now.